Hello, 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 it's Dolly. I'm here to share some layouts that I completed over a Scrappy weekend with some awesome ladies. We had a wonderful time and I got to scrapbook some memories. I took 3 kits with me. Two of them I made of products from my stash and based it around a couple collections. So one kit was based around pink paisley, indigo, and ivy. The second kit was One Canoe 2 Saturday afternoon, and then I took my June hip kit that I subscribed to for 3 months during my birthday month, and I had not used that kit. That was my final kit, and I took that along. I got 13 layouts done, which I am perfectly satisfied. Even if I just got 3 done, I would be perfectly satisfied. I still documented memories, but most importantly, I enjoyed being with my scrappy friends. All right, let me tell you a little bit about each of these layouts. All right, this first one here is from the paper is from the One Canoe Saturday afternoon, along with all these embellishment clusters. And this card here, I used a die cut and my sidekick to cut these clusters out. I used either it was a Bow Bunny or Kaiser Craft like crackle type stamp and used the Stays on Black ink, and then I used Heidi Swap Color Shine in a green and a yellow, and I can't tell you the colors right now. If you want to know, leave the comments below and I will dig it out. They come in those little ½ ounce or 1 ounce bottles, and I use those strictly for when I travel for a scrappy time with some friends. I don't keep them with my other scrappy stuff where I scrapbook at home at. All right, and that's layout number 1. Love how that turned out. Layout number 2, again, using the One Canoe 2 Saturday afternoon right here, this strip right in here. And this is from my stash, and this is from my stash. This is from the One Canoe 2 Saturday afternoon. Along with all these embellishments, I added some enamel dot clusters in 3 places. This is a photograph of my husband, myself, and you can see my little guy back in 2015, and we are in this area where you get to see how the farmers and lived back in the 1800s. Was a real cool place, and that was in Florida, and I have to look up the name and I will put a title here, I think. So that's layout number 2. Layout number 3, just as it says, Dad's on Vacay in Alaska. I cut some of the One Canoe 2 paper into 2-inch squares and put them at a diamond shape. These are all the embellishments there, and then I added some sequins right here, and then I'll use this for journaling. And then one of those papers had the hexagon, and I just cut that out and use that as a corner. Love how this turned out as well, and that's my husband there, and that's his dad, my dad's friend, and they're all fathers. All right, this would be layout number 4, using the One Canoe 2 Saturday afternoon collection, and I double matted it. All the layers here are from that same collection. Along here, this puffy camera, the puffy alpha words, and then I have the stickers here that came from that collection. The only thing that's not from that collection is these antlers here. Now, off to layout number 5. We are switching it up to pink paisley, indigo, and ivy. And this sassy lassie was gifted to me by Becky, and I finally got to use it. She gave it to me at Heather's Crafty Life Retreat, and I placed that on there. It went well, and then I just used my die cut circles, and I layered larger and smaller, and I've got some flower embellishments, some butterflies, die cuts here, a little bit of enamel dots there and there and there, and then I have this strip of this border strip here. It's not my favorite, but I'm just saying it's not my favorite, but I'm fine with this layout. I have some splatters here. Again, like I said, you have limited quantities, so you work with what you got, and that's fine. I probably would have wanted something different, but anyway, I'm good with it. I love how all the colors and shapes go together. All right, now we're moving on to my June hip kit, which was basically a lot of the Vicky Boutin. And there were some other collections in there. I think the color, was it Color Shine or something? It was a collection from Heidi Swap. Anyway, you could go to, if you want to know more about the products that I used that are going to be basically the rest of these layouts, go to Hip Kit and check out the June kit. I don't know, they may have it in stock and they may not. They may be all out of it. Now, this right here was not part of that June kit, nor was this flower. This is from Felicity Jane, and this came out with a Jen Hadfield collection. I'm almost sure it was a summer collection. And I just made banners, and I have a tag here, and I have a vellum here. Let's see. Oh, and I have some, and I tied a bow around here, and then I used some silver glitter paint and did splatters. And this is my little guy and myself, and we're at Grandfather Mountain in North Carolina, and this is another photograph from that place. This is some of the scenery. You're on top of this huge mountain rock area, and you can just walk all around and see all the sceneries of the mountains. All right, some of the items, the paper is all from the collection, but the embellishments were items I used from my Scrappy friends at the little Scrappy get-together weekend we had. So this came from Traci. She had cut this out. Who would have known this would have gone? I mean, she didn't know what I was going to use. And so I incorporated that, and she had these tags here. And I used a stamp that I had right here, just a nice little added subtle touch right here. And then I had a sticker from Grandfather Mountain, and I pop dot that up. Love how this turned out. So this would be, let's see how many have I showed you already. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be layout number 8. Again, the Vicky Boutin paper. I have strips here. There was a lady that was scrapbooking, Becky, and she had a sketch, and I did not snap a photograph of that sketch, but I used that sketch as my inspiration piece. This is my little guy. I called it Buggy Floss because he was trying to do the floss in the back of the buggy as we're driving, and yes, he is a hot mess. He'd been playing all day out in the woods, so he's a hot mess. And I added some strips here, and I had this little check mark. All this stuff, all my embellishments came from my stash, along with the dolly. All the papers came from that June hip kit. All right, this should be layout number 9. And again, using the hip kit. Now this why not word was this foam word. I got it Tuesday morning. This is Vicky Boutin. This is a die cut of Vicky Boutin's paper, and I did some paper layering there, big paper layering. I will put journaling here, and this is my little guy last year watching my nephew wrestle and eat a whole bag of Starburst. So I'm saying, why not? What else are you going to do when you're watching, right? Your nephew, or it'd be his cousin, my nephew, I'm sorry, it'd be his cousin, wrestling. So I will put some journaling there. Oh, and then I have a wood veneer here, and then of course a camera layered, a heart layered, and I think it's a pear die cut right there, but that green worked perfectly. All right, layout number 10. Here again, Vicky Boutin. However, all of this again was given to me at our little weekend away by Traci. And so this was given to me, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and then the rest was in. Well, actually, look at, I put a little flower from Pink Paisley from my other kit, the Indigo and Ivy there. And then I used a Creative Memory punch that's a film strip there, and then inside are the little blocks. On the opposite side is that red paper, and I just made it kind of whimsical here. And then I have some puffy little stars there. Right, layout number 11, and just like the title, wow, colorful, right? So all this is from Vicki Boot, and I popped this up, these banners, that's part of her enamel words. This weekend was, I think it was in that kit, I'm not sure. I did add my own sequence right here, and I added this twine right here in this nice pretty pale pink that went awesome with this background paper there. And I've got a camera here, that's the Vicki Boot, and in the middle is one of her puffy stickers that says Happy Memories, and it's just us eating at a pizza place where they have a band that they play 60s, 70s, and early 80s music. Love it, love it, love it. All right, I am down, well, I did this layout. Let me go back here. Let me pull this one. So this would be 12, and I did some mixed media, and I used some shimmer paints here and let it drip down. And again, using the Vicki Booten, but these words came in another alpha pack here. So these are chipboard, so all the chipboard was not part of the June kit. So this I added from my stash, but this is all Vicki Booten right here. I tore some paper here, did some paper layering here, added a few little hearts. Looks like I gotta glue that one down there. And this is my little guy, my daughter-in-law, my granddaughter, and my nephew. I can see right back here, but we are going for a buggy ride. They had collected lightning bugs the night before, and we were getting ready to head out to get some more. So anyway, he made this funny face, my little guy right there. And the last one is where I used all my scraps. I had this one big piece because, as you could tell in that one, I used this to cut that film strip, and then I have this piece, so I used it just as it is. Used my finger to rough up the edges, curl it some, just added a lot of texture and dimension by just doing paper cutting and distressing and so forth. And my title is Hey You, Seriously, Joseph? And this is just basically about him wanting to be with our dog, and he wanted to be in the cage, so Joseph's like, why not? I'll go in there with you. You can tell this cage is open. He's trying not to laugh because I had no idea that he was in there. I went to go do laundry, and there he was. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to get out your photographs, get out your scrapping supply, document those memories in a fun, creative way for you, your family members, be immediate, distant cousins, relatives, for friends, neighbors, anyone. It doesn't matter. Just get out those photographs and document those memories. All right, if you're not a subscriber, I would love you as a subscriber. Give a thumbs up. That helps give traffic to my channel. And we will see you next time. I'm posting about 2 to 3 times a week. So if you hit that bell button, you will get notified when a video is posted on YouTube. All right, we'll see you next time. Bye.